Welcome to Game of Roses. This is PaceCase.
This is Bachelor BIPVIP-Clues.
Oh, with the backwards hat, you look like a little boy Clues.
I'm turning the switch. I'm flipping the switch. You never seen Over the Top? That was my Stallone. In Over the Top, he wore a baseball cap.
I thought that was a TikTok thing.
And when he'd get ready to arm wrestle, he'd flip the switch. He'd turn his hat around backwards, and that's what allowed him to win all the arm wrestling.
That's a cool move. Signature gesture.
You know what wasn't a cool move this season of Bachelor in Paradise? I mean, you know,
nice.
What could we have expected in a finale from what we've gotten so far in this season? This is just a disaster, a mess, you know, however you want to call it. Not good, in my opinion. There were some great plays, however. There were some moments that were, dare I say it, historic, especially for this podcast, Game of Roses. You see, it was one of our goals to have our terminology in the document. We got that tonight. We got that tonight.
I have some questions about how it was used, but...
of course. I'm not saying that they used it correctly. I enjoyed this more
than I thought I would.
I did too. There were
and we got an engagement. You know, I didn't think we would get that.
Sure.
I think you said there will be no engagements.
Yeah, I was wrong about that.
That was your prediction.
There was one engagement. Hopefully it will last.
Believe in love for once, Clue.
I wish them for once. I believe in love all the time. I think it's the primary reason we're here as creatures.
Aw. So sweet.
I know.
Do we have any business to take care of before we jump into this BIP finale?
We're watching Love is Blind UK on Casa Gore. You can join us there at patreon.com/GameRoses. I'm slowly watching, but I am watching Are You My First, the virgin dating show hosted by Caitlin Bristow and criminal stalker Colton Underwood.
Someone asked me if I was watching it, and they were. So...
Yeah. I got to get back on it. I just haven't been able to find the time. I'm going to try to do one of those very soon. I'm just going to try and blow out that whole season in like a day and have it all up.
Stop trying to get in the document.
Look, I'm trying to do a lot of things right now. I'm trying to get in a lot of documents.
Yeah.
Speaking of, let's look at this 16-page document I've created of notes from tonight's episode. Beginning with portion number 1.
You're like, I hated it. Here's 1 million words.
I didn't hate it. I know that we've been harsh on this season, rightfully so, I believe, as people who comment on this show, who study it extensively. It's like we have to compare this to other seasons. We have to take a real, credible account of where we are as a fandom, as a franchise, as a nation.
We're not as harsh as many others who just simply did not watch.
Oh, yeah. Some people did check out. You know, I give benefit of the doubt, I guess, to Scott Teddy to some degree. I do think he was put in an impossible situation to make this season. That said, there were many creative choices, and many of which are in this very episode that we're about to recap, that I think were just mistakes from maybe lack of experience or ignorance about what makes a good reality show. I don't know. But specifically where like game mechanics are concerned, nobody is doing anything right this entire season. Let's begin.
Yeah. We were also told there would be a big announcement. Is that the cruise thing?
Yeah.
I can't believe it was another cruise thing.
Yeah,
that's what I guessed. I literally was like, once the cruise thing happened, I was like, I won't be tricked and hurt again.
They showed that. Well, this is a cruise that anyone can go on, though. It's not just the members of the studio audience after the final Rose taping. Right. You and me can buy tickets and go on this cruise if you want to.
I guess that's better.
We'll take a look later at who's all going to be there. I have it written down.
When is it?
I don't know. We have to go to the website to find out, I guess. Probably next summer. I would guess it's not happening for like a year. Portion 1 begins. I'm busy. I think I might be too. Big recap of the entire season for 3.5 minutes. Opening credits are now just the remaining couples kissing in various locations around the beach, except Kathy and Keith, of course, the platonic love. They're simply walking down the beach. And we see Wells still getting his horror movie edit in this opening credits thing. And there is no Beast. Hannah Brown is absent from these credits.
His whole bit is that he hates being there.
Yeah. Hates being there and wants to kill. Pretty good.
I did like that they had a DLP finger guns in this one, which I think should have been the thing the whole time, as opposed to him sadly shaking his head at us, the viewers.
It's tonal confusion. The people making the show don't know what the show is. That is very clear. And it just continues on from here. 1 hour to rose ceremony. Night. Kathy pulls everybody for a chat. She explains that she and Keith are going to self-eliminate. This is a giant error. And for her now, it's just about who needs the money the most. That's where she's going to cast her vote for who gets to go to the finals. Kat then plays this PTC about how she grew up with no money and a single mom. They lived scarce, she puts it, as kids. She moved to a group home her senior year, produces tears. This is why she became a nurse. She's embarrassed to talk about any of this. And when she learned there's money involved, she thought it could help build a family because she never wanted her kids to struggle like she did. This was a fantastic play.
Great.
Say what you will about Kat, and we're going to get to some of the accusations that were purported against her by, is it the Parliament of Paradise, or is it just Sean and Alicia? I don't know.
Just Sean.
But we'll get to that. I had a lot of disappointment around that. Dale ITMs that he's proud of Kat for sharing all this information. Alex gets pointers on how to drink from her wine glass before stating she's drunk. Dale then pulls Jeremy for a one-on-one, and Dale says, I'm voting for Bailey. Jeremy says, I'll respect your decision. And Jeremy ITMs that he was betrayed by Dale. Dale told him they were going to go to the end together, and now he's voting against his girlfriend. Jeremy ITMs that he has friends in every couple, so he's pushing the vote to Kat and Dale. Jeremy goes around trying to secure votes, and we get some more of these scenes that we've seen kind of all season about, or at least halfway through the season, who's trying to get votes, who's doing the alliances. It doesn't work all that well
it's just for me. Nonsense. I'm like, we have no track of the numbers. I'm like, okay, well, people are trying to get the vote to other people.
And one couple is self-eliminating, but they still get a vote. This is what I'm talking about with like the game mechanics. It just, like, I don't care about Kathy and Keith. I don't care about their vote. I don't care about them leaving. You've already taken the steam out of like, well, we're just going to self-eliminate, but we'll still vote. That dramatically needs to be built up to the rose ceremony. That they're
Can you
like,
imagine if they had to participate?
I would have loved it if they won.
In the weight challenge.
Well, we'll get to the end. The mechanics of the money is so broken. You can manipulate the fuck out of that. And no one did, by the way, but they both could have taken all the money. Easy.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Anyways, we then see Keith is ITMing knowledge that however he and Kathy are going to vote will determine the outcome. So they know they're basically the people who are going to send you to the finale or not. Bailey ITM's not knowing where they stand. Wells jokes about being ready to get the fuck out of paradise. It's the finale, guys. Come on, let's get out of here. Cut out early. Hey, you at home, if you're watching this show and also tired of paradise like me, don't even watch the rest of this episode. I'm Wells.
Like, you don't have to do this job.
Correct.
Hannah Zavale cut out of this document.
Disappeared. She wasn't even in this episode.
DLP Tangs, Wells delivers the iPad
for God.
More horrible iPad voting. We get the ninth rose ceremony. Look, say what you will, but I do like the slow-mo walks into the rose ceremonies.
I'm not saying this season was 100% bad. There are little bells and whistles here and there that I'm like, I like this. I hope Teddy takes these good kind of tonal things, visual things from Paradise and puts them in Bachelor 30.
Does it help you that there isn't a need for all the game mechanics in Bachelor 30? The game is pretty simple.
Like I said, I think Scott Teddy, I think the game of Paradise was not his choice. I think that was like in some meeting where they're meeting with a bunch of different showrunners and he's sitting there and Warner Brothers is like, we really want to amp up. Paradise is coming back. It's got to be different. We want to have some game components. And he's like, yeah, no problem. I can do that. You're going to say that in the interview to get the job, of course. And then you're sitting there on the beach like, what the fuck? What kind of games are we going to play? I don't know. Go get those beer coasters. Make them look like poker chips.
They gave us a $60 budget for this. I guess we'll spend it on the iPad.
The iPad and some nice envelopes. So here's where we get in this rose ceremony. Alex and Andrew have won the prior challenge. They get to have the first rose. She says, Andrew, I can say that I truly love you, level one, this is overt gameplay speech. It is using our terminology. I'm 100% sure they're not using it correctly, but I'm 100% sure that came from us somehow, reflected through players, through producers. Like,
love level 1, they already love level 4 though.
I'm not saying they know how to use the terminology correctly. They don't, clearly, but they are using it nonetheless. Okay. And Alex saying I love you level 1 was my play of the game. Now I know that's this is a personal play. It's a personal victory, to be quite frank. This is something I've been waiting for a very long time, to see our vernacular, our lexicon used in the formal document. We have never had that before until now. Again, not used correctly, but here it is. Love levels are now in the game. And I don't know if Alex listens to our podcast. I don't know if she knows the ins and outs of like what the 4 love levels are, or if Andrew does, or if they even care. They probably just think it's some kind of funny thing, whatever, ha ha ha. But they may know it came from us. I want to say Andrew Spencer listens to this podcast. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but I feel that it is.
Well, he needs to do better teaching Alex about the love levels then.
I agree.
Because I was very confused. I put this as love level 4, but whatever. Second up, we got Jess, who gives to Spencer a kiss. And then third is Kat, giving it to Dale. Jeremy produces tears in his ITM. Jeremy, BB, Bailey Brown, Kathy, and Keith all go home. BB also produces tears. And DLP says, everything's about to change. Get some rest. Next portion.
Things are always changing. Well, this is also where...
I'm like, what do you mean? It's always a new day, DLP. Stop saying this.
This is where DLP shows up now in a captain's hat on the beach to announce Bachelor Nation Vacation at Sea, a cruise with panels, screenings, cocktail parties, and more. And this is what the official thing is. This is text over like water. Master of Ceremonies Jesse Palmer hosts Wells Adams, Hannah Brown, featuring Kelsey Anderson, Eric Bigger, Tyler Cameron, Jill Chin, Spencer Conley, Jess Edwards, Grant Ellis, Justin Glaze, Joey Grazzi, Mike Johnson, Charity, Lost Catherine Lowe, Sean Lowe, Sandra Mason, Rodney Matthews, Blake Moyne, Susan Knowles, Dotna Lebeco, Katie Shawcross, Zach Shawcross, Ryan and Trista Sutter, Kathy Swartz, Joan Vassos, and more names to be announced. Now, that lineup, that roster is fucking insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, I'm guessing they're paying them to go to this. I don't know, but you've like Tyler Cameron, Hannah Brown, the two.
That's what I mean. What is the budget for this?
I have no idea. And will this sell out? Like, here's the thing. That lineup is crazy. It's like way better than any of their Bachelor Live on stages ever were. But that last Bachelor Live on stage they tried to do at Talking Stick Resort in Arizona, nobody bought fucking tickets except you and me. And they canceled not only just that iteration of it, they canceled the whole fucking Bachelor Live on stage. It never happened again because nobody bought these tickets. So we'll see what happens here.
With Becca Kufrin indefinitely.
Yeah. But that roster is mind blowing. I'm literally, I'm like, what is going on here? In a time when the franchise is like swirling the toilet, they're pulling something like this out. This is insane.
That's what I mean. It's so confusing.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
All those people are on the same boat, the same weekend. Or is it multiple different trips?
It's a cruise, right? I don't know. I literally don't know. This is just what was on the screen. I'm going to research this. We'll be talking about this, I'm sure, in Twibbin a little bit. But I mean, like, you've got the Ryan Sutter and Trista Sutter. That's the foundation, in my opinion. That is the cement on which this house is built. That relationship, those two people. You've got Grazzi, Kelsey Anderson. That's arguably the most popular recent couple to come out of this. Sean Lowe, Catherine Lowe, arguably the most successful proof of process that has ever happened. Tyler Cameron, Hannah Brown, the male and female #1 Instagram players of all time. Not to mention all these Mike Johnson.
Not to mention
Chapel,
how we all ship
Grant
them
Ellis.
together still.
Yeah. Blake Moynes. There's so many bachelors in here, bachelorettes in here. It's just nuts. I mean, I don't think I could ever go on a cruise, but I want to kind of do
I know.
this.
That's the thing. The barrier to entry is high.
Yeah, very high.
I've never been on a cruise, but I'm scared too.
I'm like, this is beyond a...
You told me that whole story about the ship
cruise?
where everyone had to poop in a bag, and now I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I also don't like the idea of being trapped with a mob of people at sea. That generally, whether the boat works or you got to shit in a bag or not. If everything goes off without a hitch and it's beautiful weather and the ship works and all that, still just the idea of being trapped in a crowd of people at sea is
Why are
not
you in a crowd?
That's what a cruise is. It's a crowd of people on a boat.
But they're not all like next to each other, right? Aren't they in different rooms?
Where can they go?
They go in different rooms. Oh, here's a pool on this side. Here's a pool on this side. In my mind.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a hotel. I would consider that a crowd of people. I don't really like being in hotels either.
You consider being in a hotel being in a crowd of people.
Yeah. Like a casino, though. Like, this isn't like a normal hotel. This is like a Vegas casino type deal.
Sound off in the comments if you agree with that. Very curious.
Anyway, we'll keep an eye on what this is.
Being in a crowd.
If anybody else out there is going to go on this, please let us know. I'd love to hear my DMs.
Yeah, it's so hard because like to be surrounded by so much royalty is such a strong temptation, especially Kathy.
Yes. Plus, I am just so curious to see how they interact with the riffraff, with the denizens. Do you think
they'll be like velvet roped off?
Probably.
They'll say crowd over here, royalty over here.
Probably. I could see something like that. They have to limit your interaction with them. Like, they're not just sitting down and having dinner with you and shit, They said they're going to have panels.
Think they have a VIP section?
I think it's going to be like they're giving talks and shit. This is basically what Bachelor Live on Stage should have been, and they're doing it as a cruise. I don't know. Probably because of the success of like the Traders Cruise and all of that. These other reality shows and franchises are doing these types of things. So I think Bachelor's like, oh, let's try that. Meanwhile, it's like, but your show's dying. The reason the Traders thing worked so well is because it's the biggest fucking reality show on TV, or at least at the time when they sold the tickets. They had just come out of the most recent season. Anyways, let's move on. Portion 3.
Some money in cruises. Wild
Should we have a gore cruise? Let's get a boat. Portion 3.
Can we do it on land?
Yeah, a land cruise.
Like I would go to like, the Bahamas, and then there's a bunch of panels. But why do I have to be in a COVID enclosure?
I agree. Look, there are bad things about cruises for me personally, but if you like them, enjoy it. Portion 3 begins day 20 of Paradise on screen. Everybody's eating breakfast together, and Kat says the boys have been much less toxic this time around on Paradise. They all agree. Sean was the only toxic guy. We know we're going to be seeing him again. DLP emerges to tell them that the relationship test is the most revealing yet. Go get your bathing suits on, and we get some couples getting ready for their challenge montage. Dale and Kat agree they're the most fit couple. They all come to meet DLP by the pool. There's some people hooked up on these wires over the water, showing you what the challenge is going to be. Jorge Moreno? No?
These two guys who are hooked up to the wire to show us what the challenge is going to be, when it could have easily been Hannah Brown or Wells Adams. I don't know why we're not inserting them in all of these roles. Were my Jorge Moreno bystander of the week. In Survivor, usually you don't see their faces when they demonstrate it. So
they were almost
good for them. And they demonstrated the splash too.
Yeah, they got dunked. DLP tells them
action stars.
Here's what the challenge is. Weight of the world. Both couples are going to be tethered to weight bags that get increasingly heavier going up to their combined body weight as a couple. They have to collectively hold the weight or fall off this plank into the pool, basically. And Dale's like, my back is strong as fuck. Whoever lasts the longest wins the test and moves into the final round, where you'll have the opportunity to walk away with $500,000. They get geared up in their harnesses. I would just not
carry any of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm helping.
You just immediately dive in the water.
No, just immediately like go limp, but without your partner notice. Wow, this is heavy.
Yeah. I mean, what you really want here is like the lowest, but it doesn't matter because they keep adding weight even over the body weights. Again, the mechanics of this are just like they don't make sense, in my opinion. If it's going to be hold your collective couple body weight, then do that.
Mm-hmm.
If it's going to be we just keep adding weight, then do that.
What was a percentage of their collective weight? Right.
Up to the full thing, though.
Right.
And beyond, I think, because they kept going for like 40 minutes, they said. Anyways, they get geared up. I mean, this is another problem with it. I don't really even know what this challenge is in the specifics. They mention all this shit and you see the weights getting added on, but it's like, I don't actually know what's happening here because it's poorly presented. They get geared up in these harnesses. Andrew ITMs that he's still a stud. He's only 30. And then they're doing the challenge. It is Survivor-esque. DLP sits down in a chair. He says, it's Jesse time, puts on his sunglasses and starts later reading the Brothers Karamazov. 10 minutes pass, 20% combined body weight. Alex closes her eyes to relax, and we get a mind screen edit. We see DLP's head replaced by Andrew, or DLP's head replaces Andrew next to her. We also see, I'm just going to read this as I wrote it. We also see Kelsey Anderson's mother in butterfly form visiting Alex during this challenge in her mind. And Kelsey Anderson's butterfly mom was my creature of the week. However, Alex then says this is not Kelsey Anderson's mom. It's actually her butterfly grandpa. So Alex's butterfly grandpa was actually my creature of the week.
Wowee. I'll say her grandpa. I'm pretty sure I didn't see another creature, so her grandpa butterfly was also my creature of the week.
Good creature. Love butterflies. My mom loves them too.
I love any kind of animal representation of people or ghosts.
Same.
You know, it's a good way to visualize your fam.
Once my mom returns to the source, I believe every butterfly I see will remind me of her, and I will think that it is her.
I went to the state fair this weekend.
Wow.
This won't be the first time I'm talking about it, but there's a butterfly thing there, and I saw the biggest butterfly I've ever seen in my life.
How big was it?
Maybe
hot dog?
Foot long.
Nice.
You ever seen a butterfly that big? It was bright blue. It was so
I don't
cool.
think so. I don't think I ever did. DLP then is reading his novel, The Brothers Karamazov, some performative reading. This is a bad joke. They keep adding weight. It's getting harder. Dale and Kat are the first to dump. 40 minutes elapse. Spencer and Jess dump. Alex and Andrew win. And in a victory ITM, Alex gives a full row of bottom teeth muscle woman facial expression that was my
face play of the game.
She's kind of like, she's doing this and she
really liked her one when she said she hadn't worked out in 2 weeks. That was also almost funny. Up there.
Yeah. I was happy to see them win this.
She said she's a great face player. I wanted them to win the whole thing.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah. I think she's very funny. Love her face plays. This challenge for me was all the challenges this season have been like bad. They don't really tie into anything. It's like, you're going to have to see if you can work together as a couple to hold up these weights. And it's like, okay, but then there was one about poker. And then there's one where they have to go in a
stabbing people in the back.
And there's one where they're kissing in the circle of doors. It's just like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I think this feels very much like 2 or 3 producers got together the night before they started shooting and were like, we need to come up with 20 ideas for challenges. The top 10 are the ones we're going to use. And they just were like, Survivor does something like this. Why don't we do that? Traders did something kind of like this. Why don't we do something like that? Okay, how about something like this? How about something like this? It just doesn't have like, there's no coherence that this is like Bachelor in Paradise. This feels like a different show to me.
Yeah, it's like a symbolic compatibility of bearing each other's weight, I guess. I don't know. I agree. The challenges seem extremely last minute. We then get this conversation between Alex and Andrew after winning, in which they go through the love levels again.
She says, I love you, level sloppily. 3. So they don't quite understand it. It would be like if you're watching a guy after a baseball game and they're like, how'd you win that game? It was amazing. And the guy's like, well, I hit a double and that's how we won. And then the reporter's like, no, you hit a home run. Do you know what that is? Yeah, that's where you hit the ball really hard and it rolls around the ground. No, that's when it goes over the fence. That's why you were able to, that was a level 4 hit, not a level 2. They don't understand what it is, but they're still using the words, and that's important in my opinion. I'll take it. Okay. One-on-one time, Dale and Kat. Dale says he's an athlete. He never loses. He's frustrated. They both agree they can still win the big game. Dale ITMs that it's all about how you come back from the losses. That's the most important thing in relationships. One-on-one time, Spencer and Jess, they're on the beach. He says he's been honest with her every step of the way except one. During their one-on-one date, he love level 3, but the truth is love level 4. And he's won so much. He's so grateful for her. She love level 4's him back.
Pretty good.
Yep. And she ITMs that he's perfect in every way possible. Then they tell each other it's time to win 500,000. Night, rain, Spencer ITMs ring talk. He then comes into the lobby of the hotel as lightning strikes and the lights get blown out. And he's like, well, that's not a good omen. Agreed. That's not. But he is met by someone here in the lobby. I worry
that would happen on the cruise.
Watch that Poop Cruise documentary. I think it's on Netflix.
What's it called?
Poop Cruise.
Is it called Poop Cruise?
Okay.
Okay.
The horror, the terror, the experience that those people had, like nobody died, but they were out there for like roughly a week on the water with no power, shitting wherever they could. It just, I know that that's a very small percentage chance likelihood, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen on the Bachelor cruise. Yeah. 100%.
Of course.
That's where it's going to happen. Sean and Catherine Lowe are going to be sharing a shit bag with the Sutters.
I'm like, I've done theoretically harder things like Burning Man, but the porta potty situation is my least favorite aspect of that, Coachella, etc. Like,
well, I mean, you wouldn't have to use public bathrooms on these cruises. Every room has a bathroom. It just happened on the Poop Cruise that shit don't work. Nothing flushes. So they were handing out literal like these red like CVS bags almost, like just a plastic bag and be like, shit in this, and then throw the bag in these receptacles. And people were like, no, fuck you. I'm not shitting in a bag.
I mean, I would just put that in the toilet. Like you saying that you said in our live that you would fill the toilet, and I'm like, then your whole room smells. I wouldn't do that.
Well, I'd also stop eating and drinking immediately.
Oh, I would drink more.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, we'll see what happens on the Bachelor shit cruise. Spencer ITMs this ring talk, and he is greeted in this lobby by not Neil Lane, but instead DLP comes in with a plastic briefcase full of rings. But it's a Neil Lane ring.
Diamond dealer.
We see the ring box later is a Neil Lane. So I don't know what's going on here. Maybe Neil can't travel anymore. Maybe they cut him out of the budget. Maybe Scott Teddy's like, fuck that, I want a new diamond guy. But they're using his rings. Spencer tells DLP how strong the connection is, and he selects a ring. Cocktail party. Everyone gets ginger ale. Just ITM's anxiousness at what they have to do that night. DLP shows up. Congrats, Alex and Andrew, on their big win. DLP says the other players' fate are going to be determined by some unexpected guests. All of the other players then come in. It's like Survivor. Sean ITM's a metaphor for nuclear war, saying that he's carrying the nuclear codes and he's going to use them to blow up paradise on the 80th anniversary of Hiroshima.
Oh, Jesus.
Just to let you know. Yeah, I mean, nuclear war is not cool.
Hilarious.
How do you say it? Yeah. Very funny.
Invoke.
Very funny.
I did like Jeremy comes in sunglasses at night. He's always giving. He is always
he's had like
in
kind
the
of
smallest ways
Terminator
he can.
look.
We then see everyone is so excited. It seems like it's going to be more of just like a party. It's not going to be some sort of showdown. Alex produces tears. Bailey tells her that we're official.
Well,
they get to update each other.
DOP says to the group, though, in this portion 5, he's like, this is your jury appears. And then, or as Sean likes to call it, the Parliament of Paradise. Then he kind of explains again, this fucked up, messy rule structure. He's like, so Andrew and Alex are going to face a final challenge tomorrow for $500,000. But tonight, if the jury gets to vote. Okay. And if you vote in Dale and Kat or Spencer and Jess, they're also going to have a chance at the money. And so then
this was so convoluted.
It's split, but you can't vote both couples in. They should have voted all of them.
You shouldn't have the option to vote 0 couples.
Or both. I agree. But they didn't have the option to vote both, right? You could vote 0 or 1, not both.
0 or 1.
What? It's just like none of it makes fucking sense. Why? It's
Because
so
they
messy.
wanted Andrew and Alex to win? I don't know.
But like, why even have another couple in there?
Well, that's why I think they put the option 0.
But there's no like, so we've got these challenges, but then they come back to vote, but then there's multiple people who can win. But then, and even once that locks in, how they have to win the money. We'll get to it.
It's all lies. It's lies layered upon lies.
Yeah. The couples here then basically are stating their cases before all the voting people, talking about, you know, why I want the money, why I should get voted in. They're all hugging, they're partying, there's some tears. And we see Kat is like, I'm just grateful to get to this point. Jess and Spencer are using their love level 4 evidence, his ring shopping to promote their 4TRRness. And Jess ITMs that she wants to get there, but a part of her won't trust what she's feeling. There's a false stakes. The producers are making her do this. Sean and Alicia then bring everybody together, and he ITMs that this is the first official meeting of the Parliament of Paradise, and he delivers a 10-ting, deca-ting to start the proceedings in portion 6. This was the most interesting part of the episode to me. He and Alicia address the entire group. He says, it's important that we all have all of the information about the remaining couples. I felt backstabbed, and there were some situations that didn't sit right with me. So I made some phone calls about Kat to get the full story. Called her ex. Is that John Henry? Is that some other person?
I'm assuming this is a different person, someone she's been seeing up until this shooting.
And then he accuses her of having this outside boyfriend, a secret laptop, and a strategy to come here to stir up drama. And he has the receipts. I'm listening. I'm full sitting forward and listening. Finally, some wild shit is happening. He's claiming receipts. He's got an accusation that, in my opinion, is a fucking death blow in the context of Paradise as a game. If he's got irrefutable evidence that not only is she for the wrong reasons, she's been lying about this, secretly communicating, brought in contraband to make that communication, he's got her dead to rights, in my opinion. Then Dale's just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
When he says that Kat has been texting love letters to her ex the whole time here, Jeremy makes an open mouth, full aperture face play, which was my
face play of the game.
I remember this one. He did, he delivered a good one.
He's a fan, and he's watching the show. Yeah. Like, while I love that this like stirred the pot, it didn't do much. To me, it just further villainized Sean because we don't see any of these receipts.
Exactly.
And that's why, for me, I'm sorry, but the second Parliament of Paradise was my error of the game.
Oh, I see.
I just think there was an opportunity to squash all the beef here. What are you getting out of this? Unless the producer's paying you, which I assume they are. Like,
well, you get paid for how long you're there, but if they're keeping them all there to come back, there may be some kind of guaranteed minimum payment regardless. I'm not sure how they did the contracts for this season, but.
Well, just like how they get Sean to, because there was no structure to this night. There wasn't like a panel. Sean makes it. I'm assuming this is third audience provoked.
And that's
to do the terrible things.
Yeah, they're kind of mimicking a Survivor structure where like the finalists get to make their last plea as to why you should vote for them. Mm-hmm. And they don't give them that opportunity. So it's like they take it 80% Survivor with a Survivor challenge. Yeah. And now the jury or peers comes back to do the final vote, but they don't give the finalists that opportunity to stand on the pedestal and say their piece. So it has to be manufactured in this weird kind of hackneyed way. However, I liked what he did here. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's got any, like, what's he going to do? Just meander around and do nothing?
Bury the hatchet.
Fuck that.
Become
this hatchet
bros so that you can make parasocial content with these people after.
Nobody's getting any followers from this show. It doesn't matter. Jeremy's sitting at like 30K. I thought what he did here was like, it didn't work, but it was like, I applaud the swing. And the only reason it didn't work is because this is a weird season of Paradise where accusations like Jeremy skated straight through one too. When Brian was like, hey, he said he fucking wants to date Susie Evans and would marry her if she was here. Whatever, fuck that. And it's just like, what? It just gets skated right by. The same thing happens here. He's like, I have receipts. She has a fucking computer. She's been talking to this other guy. She even kind of admits it. We'll get to that point.
It's very confusing, but it seems like the accusations are not believable. We don't see the computer. We don't.
Exactly. But that's because of production. Production can show us all of that. If he's got the receipts, he's shown them to a producer. I'm sure these are DMs with the ex-boyfriend where the ex-boyfriend is screenshotting conversations he's had with her while she's in Paradise.
Then the third audience, he didn't do a good enough third audience play to get them on his team to include it in the document.
Totally agree. Like I said, I don't think this play works, but I applaud the attempt because at this point, what the fuck are we watching if this doesn't happen?
Nothing.
He's at least giving us something to watch here.
Kat produces tears immediately. Alicia calls her an Emmy Award-winning actress, but everyone else is acting like no one deserves to be teared down list publicly. And Dale and Kat walk off. And we get this ITM of Dale somewhat questioning, but Kat says, I'm not going to do this on camera. I'm going home.
And there's a producer that follows her down the hallway. And this member of the third audience was my Jorge Moreno, bystander of the week. You very rarely see the producers on screen. You hear them a little bit more in a Scott Teddy verse. You hear them sometimes during ITMs asking questions and stuff so that it gives you a little bit more of a sense that this is a show. There's an identity to the show, the apparatus by which this is created. But here we see somebody trying to make sure she's okay, or really trying to make sure she doesn't leave the show, I think, because when she's like, I'm done, I've been through this before and I'm not doing this. She does say to Dale's like, hey, where was that shit coming from that he was saying? And she's like, look, I was still dating around. I didn't think I was going to meet anyone on their show. She's essentially saying, I'm for the wrong reasons.
I was dating someone until the show.
Yeah. And she says she wasn't texting him. She doesn't even have her phone, but that's not the accusation. The accusation is she brought in a computer. Show me that computer. She tells Dale that she's going to talk to him in private, but not on camera. And it's like, you're on a show. That's the show.
That's the show.
That you signed up for, that you're being paid to do. I'll hit home runs, but not on a baseball field. What? I don't understand.
I think she thought, I'm getting off scot-free this season. I'm not getting the villain edit I got last season. And all the walls are closing down around her in this.
Yeah.
Leia calls it a mental breakdown. Sean says, I don't care. Doubling down on his sociopathy.
But if he has the receipts, I see the logic of his play here. If he has the receipts, we'll never know. Maybe that'll come up in the reunion, which we're going to do in Casa Gore, by the way.
They better address it in the reunion.
Yeah. Or maybe he's already posted them. I don't know. Shit, we watched a screener of this. So we're doing this recap right now. The episode's not out yet, so he wouldn't have posted anything. But maybe he will post some of the receipts. I'll be watching for that. That's kind of interesting. But I just feel like
I'm curious. But it's also like these things are not timed well. Sean and the Brian to Jeremy accusation, because it's like the people have developed their relationships far beyond the point at which they care at this point. This is the end. Dale's not going to be like, okay, I want off the show at this point.
Right. And there's $500,000 technically in quotes at stake. So he's not going to walk away from the opportunity to potentially win that money, no matter what is said here.
Yeah. You're all going away as a couple.
The things he's accusing her of are like, they're the Mount Rushmore of transgressions in paradise. The only thing he didn't have on there was she had a tequila brand that she was trying to promote. Like, that kind of like Instagram, I'm here for ulterior motives accusation is the only one that wasn't there. But it was kind of, because he says she just came here to stir up drama.
Yeah,
he
for her
accused her
job.
of having a boyfriend.
For her career.
Coming into it. He accused her of sneaking in a fucking computer, which, by the way, breaks her contract. He accuses her of stirring up drama, coming here for her career. Those three accusations are like, how do you skate around those without ever having to justify or explain? And she does. She's just like, fuck it, I'm not doing this on camera. And okay, I guess that's it. And then it's not brought up again.
She's amazing.
But it's like, there's something about, to me, it's like the producers are letting her skate. And in past seasons, I don't think they would have. There is this unwritten code in paradise of like literally those things he's accusing her of. You can't do that shit. In prior seasons, if you even said the word fucking Instagram, Grocery Store Joe would emerge from the fucking shadows and kick the shit out of you. And that would be that. You're off the beach now. And that's by producer design. They made him do that with what was it? Disgruntled ladies?
Yeah, a gang of disgruntled females.
Yeah. The disgruntled females. The producers made him do that as kind of like their agent of, purity in paradise to keep everybody on the right track. I don't think they want
Kat off the show. Like you're saying,
of course.
That's what this producer is here for. And that's why they're on her side. You're like, no, we want her.
Yeah, it's just, there's something weird about this season where the normal kind of like laws of paradise don't apply at all. And it somehow kind of like, it taints the sanctity of the game to me. It's like, well, if we can't make a 4TWR accusation that gets taken seriously by production, by the other players, what are we fucking doing here? You know what I mean?
Playing Survivor?
I guess.
I don't know. I think it's a hard season to make a 4TWR accusation in part because of the money. We see Dale stands up in front of the crowd, does his own tings. The sanctity of the tings is being really messed with this episode.
Everybody's tinging, I know.
And he says, we have a beautiful thing we've built. I'm standing up for us. We're not leaving. And then he reads this letter that Kat has written him. So she is writing love letters, but to Dale and not to multiple people. I don't know.
She's writing love letters to him on paper, old school, analog. The other dude is digital.
She's typing up one version for him. God, I'm so curious if we're going to see these receipts.
I just think like this is going to air tonight. There's, I think 0% chance Sean McLaughlin does not post the receipts.
Like lets it go. Yeah.
For sure he's going to post it.
Yeah.
He wants nuclear war.
Do you think Kat will apologize? Yeah.
No, I think she's going to be like, Sean is a piece of shit. That is kind of how the edit went. He very much was like edited to be a horrible pile of crap dude who just came here to like hurt her and make her cry. But there are multiple players accusing her of being fake. It's not just Sean. Alicia's doing it too. And I know they're in a couple technically or whatever, but it's not like, maybe it is a vendetta or something. I just can't imagine you say, I have the receipts if you don't have the receipts.
I believe he has receipts.
I think so too.
But he's not a good politician. He's not good at
No
he's not good
shit.
at this.
He's a terrible player with like terrible ideas, terrible strategies.
Yeah.
What he has maybe is irrefutable evidence.
Maybe. Yeah.
So you can make the accusation in a terrible way. The tinging and the parliament is in session, all that is dumb, whatever. But if he has the irrefutable evidence, like it doesn't really matter, in my opinion, whether he plays it good or not. Like his play days are already over in Paradise anyway, when they self-eliminated. He's just coming back now to like drop something a little interesting in. And if he has those fucking receipts and he can show those online, I don't know. I mean,
you think he's going to get a bunch of followers from that? That's the thing.
No.
I'm like,
nobody's getting followers from this entire season, no matter what they do. I would even, we saw what happened in the end of this with Justin Spencer. I bet they don't even get a bump. Nobody's watching this show. No one cares about any of this except the people in it and you and me. That's it.
I care.
They should cut that clip of me saying that and put it on the official Bachelor Nation Instagram post and then cut right to the commercial for the cruise.
Oh my God.
Nobody's watching the show. Come on a cruise with us for a show nobody's watching. Anyways, we get no receipts, no proof of the laptop. Players can vote on one couple or no couples here to go to the finale with Andrew and Alex. It starts raining. Kathy votes. We see a few of these votes, these ITM style votes, reasoning who's voting for who and why. And they're shot a little bit like Survivor, that you have the person walking up to the vote, except there is no table to write the names down. There's not even an iPad here. It's just them walking into a hotel lobby, looking into a camera and talking about who they're voting for.
Saying it to a producer. Even that is better than the iPad.
Yeah. The iPad is death.
Portion 8. They had another shot of it with all the finger dust on it in this episode. I was just like, oh,
that's good experimental
I don't want to see that.
Get Vaseline all over your hands right before the voting ceremony. Just slop that shit on there. Eat an avocado with your bare hands right before they give you the iPad. Something like that. What the fuck is on this thing? Oh, sorry, I was eating avocado. Kato Chad at it again, ruining our iPads.
God.
Accidentally snapped the iPad in half. Oh, shit, sorry.
Is back.
Portion 8
DLP Oh.
What?
Nothing.
We see Dale and Kat now at night. She's apologizing. He does too. She ITMs the night got dark and she produces tears. Dale consoles her. She says her feelings are real for him. Love level 1. Kat ITMs that she would never do that, even to her worst enemy, what Sean did to her. And she has nothing to prove. Dale says he doesn't care what it is. He has her back. Final day in Paradise on screen. Andrew and Alex are packing. Justin Spencer are packing. Jess is drained. She ITMs that her mind's going a million miles a minute about possible engagement that she doesn't know if she's ready for. Looked pretty ready to me. Dale and Kat hug. She ITMs they wanted to run away, that she wanted to run away. Sorry, produces tears. It means a lot to have somebody stand there in her corner for her. We see Kat and Dale in this one-on-one time, and she says she wanted to make him feel like she wasn't open to the process. She was scared to lose him because of the accusations. And she says, you standing up for me was something that I've never experienced. Produces tears. He says, I love and care for you. Level 4. She doesn't know how to accept him being such a good man. And Dale ITMs that Paradise has forced him to break his old bad habits. He's found this amazing woman and he tells her that they are good. He ITMs that she's funny, strong, beautiful, and imperfect. And he loves her for all those reasons. Justin Spencer come to breakfast and Jess says, no little man is going to take away what you guys built here.
Body shaming.
but he's like 6'2" or something. Is he a little man?
I don't know.
Are any of these little men? PLM, petite little men. DLP emerges to address the 3 remaining couples. He tells them that you've invested so much in this experience and in each other. Now I have the vote results. Jess and Spencer get voted into the finale. Dale and Kat are out. And DLP says, you're not going away empty-handed. You have the most valuable prize of all, each other. They hug their goodbyes. Kat ITMs the experience was not easy, but it was everything she could have hoped for and more. Dale thinks it's going to pay off. And he makes some kind of cat daddy joke. They leave. They were a good couple, I think, in this Paradise. Much of the drama came from Kat. She kind of, once you got rid of like your superstar players in the very beginning of the season,
Yeah.
She was basically
She
what you're
filled
hanging the
that
whole thing
gap.
on.
Yeah.
She did. She did a great job. And I would even say Dale, as lackluster and even at times as bad as his play was, he did kind of pull it out in the end. I think him standing up.
He came off
for
like a
Kat
good
was
guy in the end.
Yeah, exactly. He made the right play here in the end. So, hats off to him. I don't think that they did themselves any disservices in this season of Paradise. I don't think they are maligned in any way. I guess time will tell about if these receipts get produced.
Yeah, we'll see about this reunion.
And the reunion too, yeah.
DLP then does what we thought was going to happen the whole time. Separates the couples for a prisoner's dilemma. Top two couples kiss. And now they are all approaching DLP and a sack of money.
Sack of money. This is a fucking leather bowling ball bag that you find in your grandpa's closet. What the fuck are they doing? This bag is ridiculous. Say what you will about one Mr. Beast. That motherfucker knows how to present the money. He put $5 million in a fucking pyramid that he's standing on top of as red light is turning the whole show into hell, and he's laughing from on top of it like a devil. Say what you will about him. The man knows how to present the money. If it's a money prize, you can't just slop it in your fucking dad's old gym bag and throw it on a card table on the
table
beach.
Again with DLP. It's like...
I just don't get it. It's like, is this the prize or not? Or is this just some fucking bag?
Well, it's not. And it's not $500,000 now. It's $250 each, possibly.
Right. And so I didn't get that. Like, what if one couple doesn't win any of the money? Can't the other one still have $500,000? No, that's off the table now because they got voted in.
No, now it's random numbers. That's how the rules
makes
go.
No sense. And so he tells him basically that you have to, we get a montage of each of the individual players coming in with the money bag as he's basically telling them all, it's for love or money. What are you going to pick? Then he does this ad for the reunion podcast, which I find pretty interesting. So in the show, they're saying, we are doing a reunion, but it's not in the show. It won't, where you're watching this, it won't be here.
Instagram account yet? Or it'll just be in the show?
Let me look. The official Bachelor in Paradise Instagram account currently has Bachelor in Paradise. No. Nothing there yet.
Interesting.
Yep. Nonetheless, they do this commercial, and then we come back into portion 9. DLPs ask them if it's money or love, and he lays out these rules. If you choose love, you go to the VIP suite, VIP suite, and wait for your partner. You lose a
guarantee.
Right. You lose this guarantee. You wait there for your partner. If the partner chooses money, they get it all. You get nothing. If you both choose money, you get nothing.
So it's not a guarantee.
Choose love, you get each other, but no money, I guess. Right? They don't make that very clear. So the mechanics of this are, if you're in a couple and one chooses love and the other, the villain, chooses money, the villain wins. And the person who was 4TR gets destroyed. That is not Paradise. So just in the mechanic of it, it's antithetical to the show you're watching already. That tone is in there now. There's also a game-breaking manipulation here, which is, of course, these couples they have to have some wherewithal and be like, this is probably what's going to happen. They're going to make us do this. Why don't you choose the money? I'll choose the love. We'll get all the money, and then we just keep dating and split the money.
Yeah.
It's so easy to manipulate, and no one did it, by the way. Anyways, we get these ponder shots of all the different players. Oh God, the money, it's so tempting. What am I gonna do? And we cut to black and we see Andrew. We come out of this cut to black and we see DLP standing with Andrew, and DLP's like, I'm glad you chose love. So we don't even get a formal declaration of what they're choosing in the final fucking phase of the game.
Only the person who's on the fence.
It's so insane. But even that isn't a formal declaration. The people are just like standing on some balcony doing these weird shots down to the fucking leather bag and oh shit, back to their face. And then they're just like watching around a corner for somebody to come up a flight of stairs.
How would you have done it?
The money thing?
Put the money on one pedestal, them on the other?
I would have had something where you're dropping a curtain or something in between them. So they're face to face and they have to hold up something that says love or money so that they get the immediate reaction.
I like that.
The way that you do it here is Alex already knows he's chosen love if they say go up these stairs and he's up there. So there's no zero drama, zero anticipation. There's no narrative movement in the way they've chosen to do this. It's like, well, we know Andrew chose love and now he's looking at the bag and I guess we're waiting to see if Alex chose it, but she already knows. So she's coming up laughing.
How does she already know?
Because she's coming up the fucking stairs.
But isn't it go wait up those stairs, see if he chooses?
I don't know. I mean, she came up the stairs and was like, I was going to come up and trick you. She already knew he was up there. They just didn't do this well. There was no dramatic movement in this whole scene. And it's the final moment of the whole fucking season.
I also think there should have been some option that was guaranteed money. Because it's not actually guaranteed. If both people pick it, you're still fucked.
Well, there is the guaranteed option, which is one of you picks it. And then you keep dating.
But you don't know that your person is... That's what I mean. Theoretically, you don't know what your person's going to do.
But that's what I'm saying. I think they did. I think they could have had a pre-conversation the night before that day and just been like, you pick the money, I'll pick love. We'll split the money. And then she, they'll try to trump it up and be like, oh my God, she picked money over love. But then immediately she's like, babe, I got the bag. I can just see that. And he's like, fuck yeah, we got it. And then you go down and you celebrate.
No more student loans.
Yeah, exactly. We won the game. The true game was out gaming you dipshit producers.
They just cut that part out. Alex chooses love.
By the way.
He produces tears when she picks him.
I'm not saying they're not cute and I wish them well and all of that. They could have had more money is all I'm saying. And the fact that they didn't manipulate the game and Jez and Spencer didn't manipulate the game was my error of the game. This is right there for them. No one took it. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, it was very cute. They get together. We get a montage of their relationship. A semi kind of proposal speech. He asked her to be his girlfriend. She talks about moving to Chicago. DLP comes back, congratulates him with champagne. And then he says, you passed the final test. Now, here's a tray with 3 envelopes on it. It's different amounts of money up to $250,000. What?
Random numbers.
Does one of the envelopes have $1 in it? What? Why?
I bet all 3 envelopes are the same. I don't even know why you would do 3.
I agree. Makes no sense. They're not the same because these 2 couples got different amounts.
But I'm saying, I bet they gave just the amount they wanted to give to each couple. I think they just put 3 for each one that they did.
So you think they said, Andrew and Alex, fuck them? We're going to give them $65,000 less than
because they're second place.
They didn't get engaged.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't fucking know. All I know is, what are you doing? This makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Oh, which one should we pick? I don't know. We're both left-handed. How about this one? What the fuck's going on here?
But you know that it's not the same because they give 3 envelopes both times. So it's like they had to re-up one of the envelopes.
Sure.
Or they're all completely different.
I don't know. I mean, you could be totally right. That's 100% possible. Was $250,000 even in one of those envelopes? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Was there one that was super shitty? Probably not, because they don't want that in the end, I would imagine. But why not just give them $250,000? Why shave the money off like this? So you get penalized for being in love? That's what paradise is? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Nonetheless, we see Alex and Andrew get $125,000 and they cheers with champagne. They speak a little French DLP. And then we see Spencer and Jess are up next. He, of course, chooses love. She does as well. And they get $190,000. He produces tears. And DLP congratulates him. They get $190K in their envelope. And DOP tells them that from day one, I saw something special with you guys. And Jess is like, I manifested this. And she does a funny impression of Spencer. And Jess ITMs, how does it get better than this? And then Spencer says, well, I can tell you how it gets better. Proposal. He gets down on that knee, flashes that Neil Lane sparkler. She accepts. She ITMs that everything felt perfect. And
Spencer proposing was my play of the game. I thought we were going to get no engagements because the season is all chaotic and stuff, and because Clues kept predicting no engagements. But both of us were wrong. I love that we got engagement. I love that Spencer's like, fuck it, I'm getting as much money out of this as I can, including that sparkler.
He didn't get as much money out of it as he could, though.
Whatever. The ring is probably makes up for the difference.
They could have had another 60 grand. And the ring. They could have had it all.
There's just someone screaming that from the toilet in the apartment.
You could have 60 fucking grand! Manipulate the game!
I just don't, like, I'm not surprised no one manipulated it because I don't think they would allow it. I don't know.
Allow it? He's told you the fucking rules. DOP said if one of you picks it, you get 250 grand and the other one chooses love.
Somehow I just think it's not an option.
He said it's an option. He literally laid it out. You can do that. That's part of the game.
But then they'd have to have spoken together off camera. Like,
of course. If you're in a situation like that, I'm sorry. All you're doing is sitting around fucking talking about how to get this $500,000. You've probably run every scenario through conversation, including this one. This is the lowest hanging fruit. It's the most obvious scenario.
It's the most obvious. It's the most like Bachelor pad.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Obviously, there are ways to have manipulated this, but I'm not surprised that it didn't happen or they didn't allow it.
Yeah.
I also think this is a bold move for Spencer because Jess isn't even sure she wants to move in with him. So,
sure.
Oh, you don't think that's true?
No.
Well, anyway, it's my play of the game. This is the best day of my life. They're making out. And then we see both couples making out in the ocean. And we get these little chyrons that four of the five top couples are still together. I'm like, who's that? Jer and BB have done a meeting of the family, plan to move in. DM and Kat are traveling, not deaded. Andrew and Alex have done a meeting of the family, and Alex plans to move. Jess planning to move to Dallas, still engaged. So who's the fifth couple? Oh, Kathy and Keith.
Kathy and Keith, still
friends,
still in love as friends. And that wraps up this season. Who was your MVP?
For her, for TRR playing of this, for bringing up the student loan so that there's like some sort of an obstacle in it, winning all the last challenges. Alex was my MVP.
That's an interesting one.
What about you?
For me, it was your play of the game maker for his proposal, for his unyielding 4TRRness, for delivering what was essentially the only Bachelor in Paradise traditional play that we saw this entire season. Spencer was my MVP. It wasn't that exciting to me just because how they muddied it all. The proposal was like an afterthought. It was like the show's over. Oh wait, we've got a proposal.
Yeah.
They didn't put this season together well. I think we can all agree on that. This was a bit of a disaster. Are we going to do a top 10 takeaways from this? We should, I think.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yes.
We don't have to.
Maybe in Twibbin. Maybe the state of the game in Twibbin.
Okay, yeah. But, I just want to say in closing that it still has been a pleasure to cover this with you, even though the season was bad. I liked, joking about it and stuff with you as I always do.
Aw, Clues.
Yeah. I just think this season is like, is it rock bottom? Did we hit rock bottom here? Or is that going to be Golden Bachelor season 2?
It was easier to watch than Jen Tran being like, don't show my proposal with the guy who stalked his girlfriend in college.
But that's a different thing. The Jen Tran thing is not like, I mean, technically it's a creative decision, but that's more about like producer maliciousness. The format of that season, and I would even argue her proposing, those were like incredible things. I even liked much of her season. I thought she had some funny players. I liked how she was a bachelorette. There's a lot of good in that season. There were just like some very bad producer decisions in the specifics of it, not how the game is set up, but in how they presented it and what they made her do at the end that obviously destroyed the franchise. This was something different. Like, you had great players, couple of great plays, but this is like, what is the show? There's something at like a fundamental level that did not work in this season that I don't think we've ever seen in a Bachelor product other than Listen to Your Heart, maybe. No offense. But even
honestly,
that show
it has some of the similarities of Listen to Your Heart, where it's like, play music and show you off your chemistry. Like, okay, wait, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Feels like a lot of this season. I still enjoyed it, you know. I guess I'm, you know, what do you call it? What is it called when you're kidnapped and you Stockholm syndrome?
Oh shit, yeah.
I guess I'm Stockholm syndrome to this franchise. I still enjoyed it, but it was super chaotic. And I'm happy to return to the easier, simpler game structure of Bachelor. I'm even excited somewhat for Golden Bachelor because it'll be a simpler thing, and I can't wait to see who those female players are.
I'm super excited for it, especially one date that occurs at the OC County Fair. Look, if you're not watching Golden Bachelor, I said this on our live, I'll say it here as well. I don't begrudge you that. I fucking get it. This is a hard ask, but I will make this request. There's going to be one episode that takes place, the one-on-one date takes place at an OC County Fair. That's Orange County. Watch that episode and listen to our recap of it. I'll simply say that.
What if we can get the ratings for that one episode to do really well?
You know, what's crazy is like our audience is not gigantic. I don't know that we have like that much sway, but I'm also like, I don't know. We might be able to double their audience if they're only pulling in like 10,000 people watching it. Nobody's going to watch this season. It's going to be a disaster, but there's going to be some fun moments in it. And that's what we got coming up next in the Bachelor pipeline. So of course we're going to watch it and cover it.
We are also going to wait until the podcast reunion of BIP comes out on YouTube. And we are going to do that in Casa Gore, patreon.com/Game of Roses.
Which I think is Saturday.
Going to do a watch along whenever it is.
I'm pretty sure it comes out on YouTube on Saturday. So yeah, We're not going to listen to the podcast. Correct.
Okay.
Because I think the podcast comes out in 2 parts on Thursday and Friday.
Oh, when our episode will come out.
What?
We'll come out with the episodes shortly after.
What?
Our Casa Gore will be shortly after whenever the episode
I'm so confused.
On YouTube.
At some point, there will be a Casa Gore of PaceCase and I watching that YouTube reunion and breaking it down. So please join us for that. But thank you, everyone, for joining us through this season. Like I said, I don't think it was a good one, but it was historic for a variety of reasons. And it will mark, in my opinion, the sea change, the changing of the guard, the new executive producer, Scott Teddy. This was the first thing he did in this franchise. If he can, you know, kind of like turn a corner and give us a decent Bachelor season 30 next January, he's the guy who's going to be doing it for a while, I think. And so take what we can from this season, the good things, how it looked. That's it, really, I guess.
How it looked. Oh, a nicer conditions for the players.
Yeah,
that was
a little bit
nice.
of better treatment for the players. The things that concern me are lack of adherence to kind of traditional 4TRR game structure and values. That is troubling to me. I think without that, you lose a lot of what this game actually is. That troubles me. The complete ineptitude in coming up with game ideas and stuff like that, which you will need to do a little bit of that in Bachelor when you have group dates and, oh, we're going to have you who can eat the most sausages off the spinning wheel of meat, shit like that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like, they're going to need to be able to produce some gameplay in the group dates. That is that's a hallmark of every season of Bachelor and Bachelorette. So hopefully they can up their game there. But I still am excited about Bachelor 30. I think there's going to be a lot of changes and we'll see if they can pull it off or not.
We are also finishing Love is Blind UK in Kazagor and are looking towards what that next show will be. So sound off in the comments. There's Survivor 49 coming up, as well as Love Island Games, which we've never watched before, but there seems to be a lot of pit dwellers who are watching it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let us know. Praise be Dark Lord Palmer.
Please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast. Please get a friend to listen to us. And then please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast.